Hi, Ray Mannion here, trying to give you an overview of the changes that we're making to the website. Just to let you know, you're maybe not seeing much going on, but there's a lot actually that's been happening behind the scenes. And right now we've got this one theme that we're using right here. That a theme basically controls the layout. And I'm going to flip over. Right now we have this bar up here, which is the social component of the website, but if you go to those pages, the look just isn't really that good, and so we're working with a different theme. I'm going to activate it right now. It just flipped over into the back end of the website, and this is where the dashboard is. This is where you create articles and so on and so forth that we'd like to get more people trained on, actually. So if you have some computer geeks in your school, please send them my way so we can teach them about how to use the website so they can start contributing. So I'll come back over here to the web page and I'm going to refresh, and it'll bring up the new look that we're working with. Both Grandmaster Spillman and I agree that the new look isn't quite as good as what we've got right now. It's just not as smooth, not as clean. And that's part of what I'm working on to be able to make the new change. And one of the things that we've enabled here is the scrolling slider bar here, where we can specify a few different articles that are important and will remain at the header. And my thought is to use this as like a sales tool. Right now it's just pointing to recent news articles, but I think we're going to do more of about becoming a member, buy equipment, just whatever we really want to highlight, wherever we want to direct the new visitors to our website. So of course the existing menus are still here, but you see that there's a very different look to the main page, and this is what we're trying to clean up a little bit. So for example, in the social component, one of the things that we're going to see is recent things that people were discussing in the forums. So for example, there's an Oneonta Taekwondo forum, and I posted a message saying black belt classes on Saturday mornings, and so people will be asking questions on patterns, and I think this is a great way to get people engaged. They'll be seeing, somebody will come on and see a question, and they'll either want to see the answer or they'll want to contribute the answer. So again, my biggest challenge right now is trying to make this front page look as warm and inviting as the one that we've got. You're probably already familiar with the translator bar, that by clicking on any of these flags, I think we've got 41 languages, the site will be translated into another language. And so let me take you inside and show you a little bit about the social part. Okay, if you don't know anything about Facebook, some of these references aren't going to make any sense to you, but I'm going to try to speak in terms of Facebook here. The activity page is a page that is going to just have a stream of anything that you've done. So for example, this is my image here. Everybody is allowed to upload and change their own image. When people don't upload an image, they get a goofy looking one like this here. So on my page it shows that I became friends with someone, and that I made a comment on Master Kelly's promotion. So I wrote a little comment, there's a little blurb, and I think there should be a link to that, so on and so forth. I became friends with Master Sardinas, and if I sent a message or if I commented on a blog post, all of that ends up coming here. If I post in a forum, I'm going to see it here as well. Okay, coming back to the top, the link here to friends will list my friends. It's the same thing as if you go up here on the menu and choose friends. And so the great thing about friends with what we're doing is it gives people the opportunity, particularly school owners, masters, or enabling black belts to be friends with color belts, but not exposing their entire life. Whereas on Facebook, sometimes there's, you want to talk about things that you don't want Taekwondo students seeing or knowing. In any case, on my friends page, these are the people that I've friended, if you want to say, and each one of them shows here. So if I want to go over, I can look at Master Kelly's profile page and see any of the information that he's put here. So we've got, when he registered, he put in his preferred language, where he lives, a brief bio, his rank, so on and so forth, and here's all of his activity. So that's kind of how the friends are used. Groups are similar to like forums, but they also have a few more attributes of them. A group can, I think, have, so I belong to the Oneonta Taekwondo group, which is a group that I created. I think we might want to have each school be able to have its own group just for posting announcements, so on and so forth, but each group can have a place where there's just news posted, and then it's just going to list the activity that went on in the post. You can send a message to everybody in the group, and there's also the forums. I'm trying to think where is that? That's over here on the side. You can invite people to become members of the group. You can look at who the members of the group are, and each group has a avatar, is what this is called, and currently having some problems getting that image to show up properly. But in here what we've got is, you can post in a forum. I don't particularly love the layout right here, and this is another part that we have to work on a little bit, is tightening this up, making certain things look a little bit bigger, certain things look smaller, better alignment, better background colors, all that kind of stuff. But this is just a thread of posts. So I wrote, dear students, we're having a black belt class, follow-up. Anybody who's in this group can add a reply, and we can also upload pictures, files, and one of the things one of the types of groups that I think we would end up having is a masters group, or we might have a group for just sales and marketing, one for teaching children, and making it as a relevant place at which to be able to just kind of have shared information of common interest. Alright, let me just give you a quick view of what the chat functionality looks like. This has been enabled so people are able to chat online. There's the ability to have private rooms, or channels, I guess, as they're called. These are tied to the groups, so because I'm a member of Oniana Taekwondo group, I could go into that group and see who's talking there. This might be a good opportunity for us as a sales tool to always have somebody online who can chat with somebody about membership. So right now you just kind of see the recent activity hasn't been much, but logging in, logging out. The admin is in. If I want to type a message, I can post a message and it'll go on like that. The admin can of course reply, and we'll see it scroll on up here. Just your basic functionality. Now the version that we're working with right now is a free version, which means we have to look at these Google ads. I don't think it's too expensive to make it private and actually possibly throw in our own advertisements. But that's a quick view of what the chat looks like. I think is going to open up a lot of potential for Taekwondo International, which is the fact that our software enables people to create their own website, and it's the type of website is a blog, but the way blogs work nowadays, they are just really robust websites with back-end management. So there's really not much programming involved. There's not much effort involved. You simply create your account, and then you can change your theme, and then you start writing articles and writing content. So for example, if you look at the domain right here, this is RPM for Raymond Paul Mannion.tkdunion.org. I've also got another one at that's onianatkd.tkdunion.org. And so what we can do with this is anybody prospective member of Taekwondo International, we can offer them the ability to have their own website, and because it's going to be a domain that's extremely popular, them having a website on our site is going to give them better search engine optimization and so on and so forth. So I haven't done much of anything with this portion right here, but I think it's a valuable opportunity. We might also create a set of articles and blog posts just related to patterns. So it might be patterns.tkdunion.org. We might do membership.tkdunion.org, where you can have a whole separate look, whole separate feel, but yet it's all still tied into the back end, and it's all pretty much one-click installation to create these accounts. And those are called blogs, and that's part of the